Good afternoon, everybody. Ori Spado here, the accidental gangster, and welcome to a special version of Stories with Ori from my home. Today, folks, I have a special guest. His name is Rod Johnson. I met Rod at Freeway Rick Ross when he had the grand opening of his cannabis store up in the valley. And Rod and I became friends since then. And Rod, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
All right. Rod has a very interesting story. But Rod, would you begin and tell the audience where were you born and how you were brought up and so forth?
Okay, I was born in Fresno, California in 1967. In like 1969, we moved right here to Southern California, Los Angeles. So I grew up in LA. And, you know, I had a pretty
you grew up here in LA. Then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had a pretty good childhood. You know, I was good in school. I was good in football and stuff like that.
Somewhere along the line, what kind of parents you had? You had brothers and sisters?
Yes, I had. My mom only had 2 kids, just me and my big sister. Mom, she just passed away like last year on my birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
that. She's resting. Like I said, my mom only had 2 kids. I'm the baby of the family. You know, I was raised with a single mother, single parent in the house. You know, my mom did a damn good job. You know, and stuff like that, man. She did a good job being a single parent right here. You know.
But somewhere in your life, you took a wrong turn.
Oh, yes,
now,
yes.
What was that? At 16 years old, you met our mutual friend, Freeway Ricky Ross.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us what happened once you met Rick.
Okay, like I say, I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about my story. Like I said, I joined my gang, you know, when I was like 10 years old in 1977. And then, like I say, you know, I wasn't what you call a gang banger. I was a gang member. And, you know, stuff like that. So
now, when you say gang, may I ask which gang?
I grew up in the 30s, you know, the Harlem Crip 30s right here.
The Crips.
You know, yes,
okay,
Crips,
you were the Crips.
Yes, I was.
So you know Mike Concepcion?
Yes, I know Mike, man. That's my partner, man. Everybody know Mike, man.
Yeah, Mike's a friend of mine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody was a friend of yours. I'm just happy to be a friend of yours now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But like I say, I was good. You know, I was good in sports and stuff like that. And then, like I say, in the summer of '84, man, I was 16 years old, and that's when I met Freeway Rick, man. Like I say, Rick used to come to the neighborhood, you know, and give my homeboy, you know, he rests in peace right now, Huckabuck. Rick was giving him, you know, a lot of cocaine and stuff like that, man. Like, I was young, you know. And then, like I say, when Rick come to the neighborhood, if you didn't know him, you really didn't know that was Freeway Rick. So, you know, just growing up, everybody heard the name and stuff, Freeway Rick. So, you know, I graduated high school in '85. You know, I got some money when I turned 18, and then I went to Huck. I went to Huck first. You know, like, man, I need Huckabuck. His name was Huckabuck.
Huckabuck. Who is he?
Yes, he's one of my homeboys that grew up in my neighborhood. He got killed right here in '86, man. You know, he's one of them young guys, man. I asked Rick about him, man. Rick will tell you that was his guy. You know, he was like 16, 17 years old, driving brand new BMWs, you know, had real money, man, because like I say, Rick was just really giving him a lot of that shit.
You know what, I just want to go back for a moment, because, you know, we both know Mike Concepcion. People don't know who he is, but he is one of the original founders of the Crips.
Yes, he's considered. Yes, Mike is considered one of the founders of the Crips. You know, he really don't get that all that stuff like Tookie and Randall Watch stuff like that, because, you know, I really don't know much about his past because we from a whole different area. But like I say, you know, I heard he got shot at a dice game. That's how he became paralyzed. Or like I say, I met Mike when I came home from federal prison because he had grand jury records, you know, and stuff like that. And I was like dibbing dabbing that. You know, actually I interviewed Mike at Venice Beach in 2002, man. That's my big homie, man. Like I say, you know, if you from LA, man, I don't care what gang you from and stuff like that, you're going to respect your big homies, man. And Mike Concepcion is considered the big homie. Everybody knows him.
And he still is. He's very successful in legitimate business today.
Yes.
And people don't, I wanted to put that out there. And, you know, when we talk about Freeway Ricky Ross, this is only one Freeway Ricky Ross. He's not the rapper. Okay, the rapper stole his name. correct?
Yes, he stole
All right,
his name.
stole
man.
his name.
Yes, he stole his
So there are
name.
two different people here. But let's get back. You met Ricky, and from there, you started dealing crack cocaine.
Yes, yes.
You bought cocaine in kilos, and you converted it,
Yes.
cooking it up,
Yes.
and selling it on the streets. And how much money were you making? We know Ricky was making $1 million to $3 million a day.
Yes.
What were
yes.
you making?
Well, like I say, to be honest with you, early like the summer '85, right here in LA. Like I said on JC show, when I first started selling cocaine, I didn't make no money. My big homie, we sit in the rock house, he come through, cut it up. He took all the money, I was like, man, I'm sitting there, I ain't making no money. But as I learned the business, understood what he was doing, I started making like $200 a day. That's when I first started at 16, 17, but then like I say, when I moved to Fresno, and like I say, when I bought my first 9 ounces, when I we moved to Fresno, had like 2 rock houses, probably making about $3,000, $2,000 a day.
Okay, what's the most you were making in a day at any period? In any city you were in? Because you were in several different cities.
Yes,
You
yes.
went to Omaha, right?
Yes, before I went to Omaha, I went to Reno, Nevada. That's the first time I went to prison. But like in Fresno,
tell us about that. What was that? Was it state or federal prison?
It was state. It was state prison.
State prison.
Yes, in Reno, Nevada.
And what did you go to prison for?
For sales of cocaine. They kicked, like I had a rock house. I had a rock house, man, in Reno, Nevada, right by Hug High School, man. And I was only out there for like maybe 2 months. Like I say, we left Fresno because Reno's a 25-hour town, as you know, being from where you came from, in Nevada. So it was really different. In Fresno, it wasn't no $5 rocks back in 85, 86. It wasn't no such thing as no nickel. When they used to knock on our door, it used to be $25.
Yeah.
$25.
So you mean it was $5 in Fresno, but $25?
No, I'm saying in today's time they be selling $5 rock. In our time, we only sold $25. So when we went to Reno, Nevada, every time they knocked on the door, it was like $100. But we were selling them. We had like $20 Fresno rock, but we were selling them for $100 in Reno, Nevada.
Holy shit!
And like I say, on a good day in Fresno, Ori, like we were back in the day, it was the 1st and the 15th. On the 1st and the 15th, man, I BS you not, Ori, it was like 10,000, 15,000, sometimes 25,000.
So you're making some serious money.
Yes, on the 1st and 15th. Those were good days, but like an average day, $3,000, $4,000 just sitting in the house.
And then you went to Reno. How long did you do in prison?
They gave me a 1 to 3 year sentence. Actually, Mills Lane, the federal judge, the boxing judge, he gave my time, man. They gave me a 1 to 3 because in Nevada, they do that 1 to 3. So you had to do that 1 year to 3. Like when they sentenced O.J. Simpson to that 9 to 35 years. So they give you that, they give you a sentence like that. So I did like a year in Carson City, Nevada. That was the
How was that prison up there?
It was, like I said, it was my first time in prison, Orby, so,
And you were a young kid then?
Yes, I was 20 years old, so, it was different, because I actually, after I did my time in Reno, I went to the feds, and I didn't go to state prison in California until I was like 38 years old. We'll talk about that, but the prison, it was cool, man. Like I say, I was young, first time, not gonna lie. I was kind of scared, because, I'm from California and I'm in Nevada. So this guy, man, my friend named Shannon Williams, man, actually we're gonna talk about him too. I met him, man. It's like my second day in prison. He walked up on me like, man, you need something? I'm like, no, homeboy, I don't need nothing, because I heard the stories and shit, but, it was cool, man.
So now, from Reno, Nevada, you get out of prison up there, out of Carson. Where do you go?
My parole, like 2 days after Thanksgiving, 88. And like I say, I met Shannon, so when I came home, I got an interstate comp. That's what they call it, interstate comp, where they transfer your parole from Nevada to California. So parole, and like I said, I met Shannon, man, and he got out of jail, man, we had talked like when we had talked, because he was from Omaha, Nebraska. I'm gonna tell you how the story how I got to Omaha, Nebraska, and how I got to federal prison. So I met him, man. He told me that when he got out that we was gonna connect. So I forgot all about this guy. I came home from work ordering my partner Shannon Williams from prison. He was sitting on my porch, man. It was 1989, and he said, I really did remember the guy, man, because like I say, when I came home from prison, I got a job. I worked for Super Shadow, that used to be the airport door to transportation. Had a good job, so I wasn't thinking about selling no cocaine anymore, because I was like, I don't want to go back to prison. So I come home from work one day, man, and my partner Shannon Williams, he's sitting on my porch, and I just walked right past him. He knocked on my door. He like, D. I'm like, what's going on, man? He like, you don't remember me? I'm like, who is he? Like, I'm Shannon. You from prison. So we talked, man, and he like, man, all that good stuff you tell me about, ounces of LA was like $400, $500. I'm ready to get down. So, he came, he had like $5,000, man. I'm like, okay. I know if I give him like 3 or 4 ounces, he gonna be good. So I, for his little $5,000, man, I gave him 5 ounces, and I was, he was like, wow. So he took it back to Omaha, Nebraska, man, and he called me like about 8 days later, like, man, I'm ready. I'm like, what do you mean you're ready? Like, I'm ready to get down. So he came back. He came back to LA, man, and the guy had like $20,000 of 5 ounces of crack in Omaha, Nebraska. And I was like, wow. So he's like, you ready? All that stuff you talked in that cell. I'm like, yeah, man. So the first time I went to Omaha, Nebraska was in 1989. I took a half a kilo out there. I told him to give me like $27,000, and he brought me like $10,000. You feel me? And I was like, I was scared of that money because in LA, we used to have bulk money. He came with the bank money. I never saw that. Like y'all used to do with the bank money. So that's how I got to Omaha, Nebraska.
He burned you for $10,000?
No, he brought me $10,000. Like, back in the day, we had 5s and 10s,
Yeah.
But in Omaha, Nebraska, them guys, they would change the dope money to the bank money.
Yeah.
Yes. And,
so you're getting hundreds.
Yes, he was getting fed. I was kind of leery, Then, like I said, the first time I went to Omaha, Nebraska, man, was 1989. Man, I stayed up there 2 weeks, had the half a key, and he sold it so fast. I was like, wow, man. And then, like I say, I tell everybody, man, they don't have to believe me, but that movie Belly, that's pretty much like me and my homeboy story.
I gotta ask you a question, because it just came up. When you counted your money, you had a lot of money. You put them in $5,000 packets or 10,000 packets?
It wasn't like we just put them in $1,000. We just had $1,000 rolls, and roll them up and put them in the shoebox.
Because when I was doing the marijuana in New York, I put them in $5,000
yes, sir.
packets.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, so now here you are in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yes. Love it.
And you ended up living there.
Yes, like I said, I went in 89, stayed 2 weeks, and then, I told my mom, Mom, I'm finna move to Omaha, Nebraska. She like, son, what you do to Omaha, Nebraska? I say, Mom, I really don't want to tell you, but, I have to move to Omaha, Nebraska, because, like I say, the money came so fast, and then it was like...
You were taking care of your mom, I'm sure.
Oh, yes. Like I say, through Freeway Rick and through my homeboy, I was able to buy my mom a house when I came from prison, man, in 87, man.
You bought your mom a home there?
Yes, on 99th and Butler, man. That's that's what I did, that I don't have no money now, but I was able to buy my mom a house, man, on 99th and Butler, and she had a business. We had a daycare, man.
Your mom's still alive?
No, so she passed away in 2003.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what happened in Omaha now?
Okay, like I say, 89, went out there. I went back there in 90. We stayed, we was doing good. Like I said, 30, 40, 50,000, every 2 weeks. Like I say, we would take a kilo of cocaine and turn the 36 ounces into like 80 ounces. And then back then, ounces in Omaha, Nebraska was going to like 15,000. So you do the math. And like I said, the guy was, he was giving like 2 kilos at a time, so we'd turn the 2 into 5 and stuff like that. So this, in 1991.
You mean they take 2 kilos and they would cut it and make it 5 kilos?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes.
They
yes.
really cut it.
Yes. Well, like I say, it was good. You know, it was good. You know.
I mean, it had to be pure.
Yes. You know, like I say, we talking early, late 80s, early 90s. So, you know, it was
I
good.
remember the 80s, you know, out here it was 40,000, 44,000 a kilo.
Yes, yes, yes.
We used to get it from Colombia in those days.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Mostly like when you got.
It was just before the Mexicans, they made the deal from the cartels to Mexico. And when the Colombians used to bring it in.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to get it here in Los Angeles from the Colombians.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What I'm saying. I said, like, you know, Rick was getting it from Colombia, Waterhead Boy. A lot of people was getting it from Colombia. Even one of my co-defendants, you know, he had a Colombian connection. You know, he was getting maybe like 50 to 100 kilos at a time, and he had Omaha, he had Louisiana, he had a few other little states that you know he was doing business in.
So let's talk about prison. Now you ended up back in prison.
Like I was telling you the story, May 16, 1991, they got caught with 2 kilos of cocaine in Omaha, Nebraska. That's how I caught my federal charge. It was a conspiracy.
You got caught with it?
No. I was me and my best friend Paul. We was in L.A. We wasn't even in Omaha because we would come back to L.A. like around that time of the year and stuff like that, and really go back to Omaha in the wintertime.
So you weren't there, so it was a conspiracy.
It was a conspiracy.
A federal conspiracy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They got caught with 2 kilos.
And they said they got it from you.
No. I was on the wire conversation. I was on the wire tap.
Oh, you were on the wire.
Yes, like I say, five of them got caught. 5 of them got caught at the Omaha bus station. And then, like I say, I actually turned myself in to the FBI because I didn't know anything about federal law, because I'm thinking that I ain't got caught with nothing, so how can they charge me? So, like I say, this girl called me from Nebraska, and she said, your name is not, I'm not going to say my age, your name is not Whoopie Woo Woo. I'm like, how you know my name? She's like, y'all in the newspaper, so I hung up the phone. And then back then, we had the little brick phone. My partner called me on the brick phone and like, man, listen, turn all the phones off and stay in California. So I'm like, wow, man. So I was a little nervous and shit. The FBI came to my mama's house June of 91. I never forget that Officer Nellis and Officer Schwartz, they came to my house. I actually had a crack house across the street from my mama on 99th, and she called me. She like, boy, you better get your ass over here because these people. I'm like, Mom, what are you talking about? She like, the FBI here, they want to talk to you. I'm like, Mom, I wasn't that type of guy. So I came over there, and they was asking me questions. Have you ever been to Omaha, Nebraska? I said no. They asked me, did you know this guy? My co-defendant, the guy who actually ratted on his name, Silky Mac. I'm just going to say Silky Mac. And I was like, no. Then like I say, they was laughing. And
because anytime they ask you a question, they already know the answer.
Oh, yes.
So you were just blatantly lying to them.
I was blatantly lying to them. And then, like I said, they left. They didn't arrest me. But then, like about 2 weeks later, they put a wiretap on my mama's phone and stuff like that. And then when I actually turned myself in October 16, 1991, to Agent Dentry in Fresno, he was like, man, my partner said they only reason they didn't arrest me because my mom, she had a daycare, but they was reading my body language, and they knew I was lying, Ori.
Yeah.
Yeah, they told me you was lying, and I'm like, wow, so.
So how much time did you get on that?
I got 10. They gave me 120 months, but I did like 6.5 years because, like I told you, I did the drug program. We did the drug program in
that was what year?
95.
95. So
Yeah.
that was under the new guideline where you had to do 85%.
Oh, yes. So, like I said, I went away in 92. I came home originally in 96, and I violated because, like I say, when I completed the drug program, they took, as long as you complete the halfway, they would take a year off your sentence. So they actually took like 18 months off my sentence.
So when's the last time you've been in prison?
For drugs or just prison period.
How long have you been out of prison? You've been good.
I've been good already 4 years.
How many?
4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
You're going to stay good.
Oh, yes. I have to stay good. I have grandkids now.
So now you're doing legitimate things with comedy clubs. Explain to me and tell me how you got into comedy, why you got into comedy, what famous people did you meet along the line?
Okay, like I say, when I came home, I came home for federal prison. You know, no parole or nothing. 1997. I was broke. You know, like I said, I don't think I have my book, and I promised my mom I wouldn't sell drugs no more.
Well, you got a lot of work to do on your book.
Oh yes, I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna take your advice on my book. And like I say, I was just sitting around, and then you know, Magic Johnson had a talk show called The Magic Hour, man, and I used to watch it. And I wrote Magic Johnson a letter like, man, you know, my name is Rodney Johnson. I don't want to sell drugs no more. Blah blah this, blah blah this. So I would go to the show, you know, like 3 times a week. Me and my big homie from the neighborhood, man, and on this particular day, July the 17th, you know, he picked my name. You know, Magic Johnson, his agent name is Lon Rosen. So he picked my name, you know, and I have to make a layup, a free throw, and a 3-pointer. By the grace of God, I made it, and I won $10,000. So that's how I started my first company called Clean Cut Entertainment. And then, like I said, I always liked the comedy and stuff like that. And I was doing a little extra work on Moesha's show, and I met my partner named Peanut. That's Ezell, big brother, the comedian. I met him on the set. You know, we was filming Moesha's show, and I met him. You know, we became friends and stuff like that, man. And like I said, when I had the money, I was like, man, you know, I want to do something because I promised my mom I don't want to sell drugs anymore. You know, everybody was calling my partner was fellow friends, man, Stevie, you know, I got this for you. Everybody wanted me to get back in the game. So, like I said, I started Clean Cut Entertainment, and I started promoting comedy shows right here in Los Angeles.
Well, that's awesome. Now you have, you're doing comedy in Fresno.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
with the Indian casino.
No, I just got the Club One Casino, man. I'm gonna be doing my first show September the 6th, man. Like I said, I've been doing comedy, you know, right here, Inglewood, Hawthorne, Hollywood.
Now, are you the comedian?
I wish I could tell the joke. I'm the promoter, you know.
You're the promoter.
Yes, I'm the
so
promoter.
who are you gonna have up there?
I'm bringing my partner Boo Capone, and I'm bringing my best friend Curtis Baldwin. He's the player on 227. He's a comedian now. But like I said, I have worked with everybody, man, from Scrancho, from Cat Williams, Spanky Hay, Rodney Perry, Eric Blake, Hope Flood. I know all of them.
Okay, cool. And you have a place in Los Angeles too. Or you had one on 3rd Street, right?
Yes, that's I used to do the Bonaventure Hotel downtown on 3rd, and I was doing that like 2000, 2001. The last show I actually did here in LA, I used to have they had a Eminem Soul Food right there in Manchester. They don't have that, so I was doing that like a couple of years ago before I moved back to Fresno. But like I said, I love comedy.
So what are you doing now with your life on a daily basis? You know, I'll talk a little bit about prison because people like prison story.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, I was in federal prison.
Yes, sir.
And when I was in federal prison, I think we were only allowed 5 hours a month on the phone, something like that there, and we had to pay. The money had to be in our commissary.
Yes.
You could not make collect calls. Was it the same way with you?
No, we was able to make collect calls when I was in federal prison. They didn't, and we had change on the yard. You know, they don't have change on the yard.
Had change?
Yes, we used to get $15. You know, you go to commissary, you get your $15, you get your dimes and your nickels.
Really?
Yes.
Man, we had no money at all.
Well, like I say, I'm going to
But
tell you
now
something.
I'm hearing guys in prison, they're on the phone all day long.
Yes. Actually, I got a couple of homeboys. They got cell phones.
And they got computers.
Yes, you can email your partner every day. You know, I got a couple of partners still in federal prison, like my partner Shannon. He's still in there. My homeboy Glenn from Nebraska, he in there. You know, I talk to him. But, you know, they got cell phones in federal prison too now.
Well, yeah, they're illegal.
Yes.
Yeah.
You had to be at a camp. You know, they're at a camp, you know.
Oh, we were in MDC, Brooklyn. Okay, the biggest place Fort Dix, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, people would just drive up and throw the phones and food and everything over the fence.
Yeah, like I say, you know,
but everybody got caught and they end up being transferred out of there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like I say, federal prison. I grew up in federal prison, man. Like I said, I started in El Reno Oklahoma, man. And like I say, I met a couple of, I was young. I was young in federal prison. I was 24. And then like I say, I started in El Reno, man. I had opportunity to, to see Gene Gotti. He was a good guy in there, man. And it was all, like I say, even it's a pleasure just sitting here with you, Uri, because, where we from California, but we hear the Mafia, the Gambino, the Colombo, the Genovese, and actually, to see the guy, he was a good guy, man. It's a lot of stories about
well, G. Gotti is out of prison now.
Yes.
And him and John Carneglia, they got 50 years, they did. And they're both out now, finally. But I hear John is really a great guy. A lot of people speak very highly of him.
Yes. Yeah. Like I say, it was one particular.
Gene.
Yes, Gene. It was one particular, and like I said, I'm young. And like I say, Gene, he had privilege. I'm quite sure. Everybody know that. But this guy, he just rode to the prison, man. So he didn't know. Like me, when I got there, I didn't know the rules about the prison. But he had a seat, man. And this guy tried to sit in the seat, man. They was like, no, you can't. You can't do that. That's Gene Gotti. He was like, I don't know. But then, they laced him about what was going on. And like I said, I was in federal prison with a couple of federal famous people, like my homeboy, the boxer, Bill Haney, David Haney father.
No, I don't remember.
He's the boxer, the lightweight champ with Ryan Garcia, the one that had to fight Ryan Garcia.
Right.
That's my partner, man. I don't know, Bill Haney. He was in federal prison when we was in Dublin. We was in there with Michael Milken and Junk Bond King. I was also in prison with Stacey Coon.
Michael Milken. That was a long time ago.
Yes, we talking about the 90s.
Yeah.
I was in Boy Ryan with
Michael Milken. He's part of the reason Steve wins success in Las Vegas.
Yes, Steve wins. Steve wins to come visit. Steve wins to come visit. Yes. Steve wins to come visit Mike in Dublin, man. And then we go to mail call. We had like 2 or 3 pieces of mail. He had like the white, the mail thing. He had mail call every day. He getting this boxes of the mail. Yes. He was a good guy. We worked in the kitchen, He told me, he like, Rod, why don't you try to go get a bank? Go in the bank and get a loan. So I actually tried to do that. I didn't have no money. I didn't have nothing. I just had my book. And the Founders National Bank, Matthew Johnson owned that, Janet Jackson. But my cousin, her husband, his name was John Shedd. He worked at Founders National Bank. He's dead now. I went in there, man. He was like, Rodney, I would love to give you a loan. This book is nice, but I can't, man. So, that's what I learned from Mike, man. He's just talk.
Yeah.
Then like I say, I grew up and I learned the business. I learned the entertainment business in federal prison.
That's where you learn the entertainment business.
Yes.
And that's what made you get into comedy.
Yes. Like I say, after like the first 2 or 3 years, when you lift the weights and stuff like that, and played the sports, but that shit played out, Then I want to give a shout out to my old partner, man. He was a counterfeit guy. I met him in Yankton, man. His name is Otto Jones. Called Pookie Slim. He's about your age, Ori. He really sat me down and like, what you gonna do? When you get out of prison, you can't sell crack anymore because next time it's gonna be 300, 400 months. You don't want to do that. So the
guidelines on cocaine, forget about it.
Oh yes,
50 kilo or more, your life.
Oh yes.
Your life. That was one of my charges, and lucky the informant was really bad. And they didn't want to use them. So I got very lucky there, trust me. I didn't know the newspaper on the outside was saying I'm facing fucking life in prison.
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
And another thing that I used to do in federal prison, I used to read the Wall Street Journal. I didn't understand. I used to just read it. And then, like I say, when I came home in '96, I got a proclamation from the city of Fresno. I learned about the nonprofit, the 503(c) and all that stuff like that. So, like I say, my older partner, Otto, he was like, he sat me down, another little brother from St. Louis named Keith Beverly, and then was another little brother from D.C. He just, he put us under his wing because he was older. He's a counterfeit guy. He was like, why don't you guys start something in here and take it back to the neighborhood neighborhood
Yeah.
and give back. So we came up with stuff it was called Brother to Brother Inc. And like I say, I learned a little bit about that. So when I came home, September 7th, 1996 in Fresno, California, I brought the gangs together. I wanted to give back to Fresno because I destroyed a lot of families. So I did that. I got a proclamation from Mayor Patterson. He's an assemblyman or something, but he gave my first proclamation. And then 20 years, I got another proclamation from Oliver Baines, a city councilman. So I do I'm involved in community work and stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
So
yes,
you're
yes.
involved with the community, and that's really great. I commend you for doing that, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations
Yes, sir.
on
Yes,
that.
sir.
too.
Yes, sir.
And the more, people don't understand us people who've been in prison, and we're, who made up our mind that we're not going to go back, and that we changed our minds. Okay, you had two right here and now, folks, and there's a lot more like us, and from drugs to comedy. Okay, from a gangster to putting out positive information and sharing his wisdom with people. So we're here to help you folks. Rod, is there something you like, anything special you like to tell the people before we go?
This is what I really want to say. Well, it's a pleasure, man. Like I said, I met you in January, Rick, dispensary and stuff like that. And you treated me like you said when I first met you said you're my friend. I'm just hanging around JC and a couple other guys. I know what that means when a guy of your stature say you're my friend. You feel me?
You are my friend, buddy.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure. I'm happy to be able to do this interview on your show, really to tell my story for the first time on your show. And it's just a privilege, Ori. Like I say, you gave me advice on my book. I got a book coming out that I wrote when I was actually in federal prison.
Folks, he has a very good book. He's on the verge of, he's got a little more work to do it. All right. The name of the book is True to the Game. And you're going to have to read this book when it comes out. And what do you think? About 6 months away?
Give me 6 months.
Huh?
With your help, you gave me good.
I give you the advice.
Yeah,
I'm not doing the writing.
Like I say,
That's up to you.
Yes,
you
sir.
know your life. You could write it. And you just get on the computer. You got a computer.
Yes, sir.
All right? And start doing it.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
And only you can do it.
Yes.
You could hire a writer and pay them $35,000, $40,000 if you want.
No, you gave me the best advice. You said
But-
self-publish. I'm gonna do what the boss say.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do what the
do
boss
it the
say.
way I say,
Yes,
yes.
sir. I'm gonna do what the boss say.
I want to thank you once more for coming, folks. Everybody, thank you and welcome to Stories with Ori. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment. Thank you.
Thank you.